we'll have to change the way we think.
Change the way we think.
Yeah. And instead of imprisoning people, figure out ways to help them instead of just throwing back into the system.
Good morning. It's about 6:15 in the morning now, and we just woke up. I just took a shower. We're getting ready to go to Georgia State to speak. What do you know about recidivism?
Not much.
Recidivism is the relapse of criminal behavior. Pretty much someone that gets out of prison and reoffends and goes back in.
Okay.
So recidivism rate in the United States is 70%.
I'm a little surprised it's that high, honestly. I feel like it might be because it can be very difficult to get a good job after getting a conviction for being a criminal, and a lot of people, if they can't get a good job to actually support themselves, then they might go back to other crimes like stealing or anything like that to try to help support themselves.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it.
So I guess this is where we're going to be speaking at.
You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life.
I think our prison system is very poorly run. Obviously, we have major issues. We hold the most prisons out of all the developed countries in the world. So I think there needs to be a lot of reform, and I feel like everything that the government keeps on doing is just making the prison systems a lot worse. I don't think it's getting any better. No matter what we do, I don't think it's getting any better. I think there needs to be more rehabilitation instead of just putting prisoners in and then giving them these harsh sentences and then just pushing them out to society and then, you know, having them come right back in. It's a business. If you are not rehabilitating the prisoners, they're going to end up back, and that's how you make your money. So I think that's why the rate is so high. It's a business at the end of the day. The prisoners, once they go back into society, they're just outcasts. They can't vote, they can't get a job, especially if you're a felon. It's very hard to transition back into your regular life. So obviously, if you have no way of making money, you're gonna end up right back to where you started. So we're just not helping prisoners transition back into normal life, into society at all. So that's why that rate is so high.
But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward.
I don't think the public is very aware or very knowledgeable about them unless they've had a personal experience with it. I think that mental health is something that needs to be focused on a little bit more, because if you have people that can't make good decisions, then you can't blame them for going back into a system that's broken and not ready to handle them. Look up the laws on surrounding involuntary treatment and mental health care. And look up the laws surrounding solitary confinement. Be knowledgeable about what your county, your state, and your country as a whole enforces and requires of the prison system and of mental health care.
So we're here at the deck area. We're getting ready to go out. We're a little bit early, but I think that's a good thing. We're gonna get set up and we're gonna start heading out.
Mm-hmm. You take a guy that's slinging a little dope, and then you put him in a cell with a guy that's committed murder. You think he's gonna come out like a normal, like a person that's gonna be rehabilitated to be able to assimilate back into society? That's kind of a joke. You just lock them away instead of trying to figure out what you can do. Instead of putting them in a drug court where you can really help them and figure out what's wrong in their lives to where they're doing drugs, you just lock them away and then expect them to become better. Mm-hmm. It's just stupid. There's no education for them to learn why. They know why it's ruining their life, but they don't really have an understanding, a real grasp of it. The government pays people to imprison people, so you kind of need a quota to fill those prisons. So therefore, you have to then just imprison more people, and then when that prison's filled, then they make another prison because they need more money, and it's just stupid. That makes no sense. Help them so they can re-assimilate back into society and be productive instead of just lock them away in a room and then wait 5 years them to come back out just to put them right back in on your tax dollar. It just seems kind of dumb. That's just me, though.
That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, then go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want gotta be because of him.
America has the largest incarceration rate of any police state in the world, more so than Joseph Stalin's gulags, more so than Nazi Germany. You can run down the list. Let's say 25 million do illegal drugs. Well, drug use has been a part of human society since antiquity, because when you make something a crime that is virtually ingrained in human society, you're always going to lock up increasing amounts of people, especially when you privatize it. I mean, the majority of people in our incarceration systems are, drug-related offenses. The prison system in some ways actually proliferates crime because of how we look at felons in general, criminals in general. We tend to want to exclude them from, our society, rightfully or wrongfully. You can't get public housing, you can't get public education fund. There are all these opportunities. You can't vote. There are all these opportunities that are denied to you.
Right.
So when you're denied your human rights and other, critical things that we kind of need to keep society functioning, you're gonna see a lot higher recidivism rate than you would if they were allowed to have those social rights.
Bye guys. So we just got done with the presentation. That's pretty much our day. We had a great talk at Georgia State, and I believe that a lot of people were aware, and there's more to come. Please continue to follow us. Subscribe on the bottom here. We'll continue to bring good videos and tell you how Change Matters is making a difference. If you have any questions or just want to shoot us an email, changemattersorg@gmail.com. Check us out at our website, changemattersorg.com. Stay tuned, and we'll see you next time.
Keisha Cooper. I'm a senior at Georgia State in political science.
My name is Tessa Van Cannon. I'm a political science student at Georgia State University.
My name is Yusuf Mohammed. I am a student here at Georgia State. I'm a political science major.
My name is Sydney Dow. So this spring I was a dual enrollment student at Georgia State, and this fall I will be a French language student at Florida State University.
Evangelos Zafiroulis. Recently graduated from Georgia State with a political science degree.
My name is Jared Redham.